Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for...
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Kings Park in Kowloon in Hong Kong for the culmination of the 2016-17 domestic season. As you join us for the first of three grand finals today, and kicking it off with National League One grand final in the blue and white hoops, the Natixis Hong Kong Football Club Dragons taking on in the red and black Society Generale Valley Knights. As Tenant referee Steve Copeman gets the action underway, and you're joining us on what is an absolute festival of rugby union here in Hong Kong today. No less than 8 grand finals being played on 2 parks today, as well as other grand finals around the city. And straight away it's the Dragons into action. Dragons threatening the Valley line. A loss forward, but an early indication. But I will in fact, the Dragons are certainly here to play, and the Knights, well, they better get their heads in the game ASAP, because that was dangerous looking play already from the slick Dragons outfit. So we run you through the teams, starting in the front row. For the Natixis Club Dragons, Rumble, Mitchie Andrews and Keelan Chapman, who are the 2 premier front rowers dropping down. Alex Baylies is the captain at number 4. Jamie McGregor, another well-known premier player, locking with the captain at number 5. Some heavy pressure coming through from the Club Dragons. Back row for the Dragons, Mason, Nakutu and Melfa. The halves of Fukunaga and Josh Dillon, and then into a midfield pairing of Tom Isaac and Tom McCall. The back 3, the pace men of Mala, Choi and Duplan. As the Dragons now win it close to the Valley line, midfield centre through Dillon as he takes it forward, and eventually they get him to ground. It's an advantage being played, and as they settle it down and look at the referee, he won't be happy about the height of the shots. Discipline needs to be the call, and they'll take the 3 points, or at least the attempt at it. It was a hotly contested final, as it has been for the last few years. Hong Kong Football Club absolutely hell-bent on trying to take this final with no less than 6 premier players turning out for the National League One side, and it's first blood to the Dragons as Mella slots the 3 points, and it is Club leading the Knights 3-0. Fast-paced tempo being played at National League One, just an indication of how hot and heavy the competition is at Premiership level. As the exit play from the Dragons carries them up and down and deep into Valley territory, and we go to the Valley line-up, and there's nothing shabby about this crew either. Cole, Reed, Wilson and Sang make the front row for Valley into the pairing of Hugh Quinnivan and Henjo van Diekerk. Very athletic Quinnivan and the powerhouse van Diekerk. It makes a pretty ominous second row for the Knights. Mobile back three of James Curry, very direct players, Sheldon Coffin and Paul Vartney, and then into the halves of Adam Ralston and Paul Altier. Midfield of Komiti and Ian Molyneux. And a back three of Beattie, Sutton and Duffy. This is the starting 15 for the Valley Knights. The way it comes. Tricky ball. Ultimately well fielded. A little bit of ping pong will ensue until someone with headgear and a forward's disposition takes the ball and thunders it up. And now Ralston looks, box kick from him. Up and over the 10 metres line. Flying down it at number 11, Beattie. They pressure on. Ball well moved by the Dragons. And they break free. The Dragons now bringing it up to their 10. Still ball in control. Valley across. Quinnivan blown off it. Pick and go by the Dragons. And they're up and into this Valley half. Sniper around the corner from Fukunaga. It's picked up by Beattie. He flows it wide and uncontrolled pass goes over the sideline. The advantage being given to the Dragons. Pace of this game is noticeable. There's no doubt about that. And there's some genuine attack being applied by both sides as we head into a good attacking position. The club will be looking to transfer this early territory into a good position and ultimately some points. Fukunaga feeds the scrum. Melford draws it back. Dillon looks, he goes wide and they bring it wide club and they take it even further as Miller drives into the contact. Now just loitering on the 22 and loose into the tackle. And strong Valley defence from the front row up. Tang knocks the ball loose and it's Valley managed to snuff out the club attack. Well, as I mentioned, this is the first of three national finals being broadcast today via rugbypass.com and of course the Hong Kong Rugby Union's YouTube channel. There's a lot of interest being built around the world as the clubs of, well, the former clubs of a lot of people living internationally now take part today. We've already seen the Discovery Bay Pirates playing Hong Kong Scottish. A good win for Hong Kong Scottish Nomads, 24 points to 0. And the Nomads will be fully on it, as they like to say in the rugby vernacular, which can only mean one thing. No sandwiches and plenty of jugs. Fukunaga. They stepped over the line, referee pulls them back, but he doesn't ping them for it, and the Dragons take a few yards before losing the ball in contact. Steve Copeland looks like he might be having some technical issues. He's in fact gone for the replacement whistle, so it's not often you see that. And referee carrying a second whistle, as all referees should do. Safety first at all times, and he apologises to the crowd. He's obviously blown the pee out of the first one, which is an unfortunate injury for any referee. He seems to have recovered. He's bounced back. So, Ralston one of only 2 premier players to be transitioned into this Valley side, as they now drill the corner and that ball will run, but the option was to take it up and pick it up, and now there's pressure on. They might even nail them down inside the zone, and in fact they do. And a nightmare situation for the Dragons.
No try.
So the 22 restart. Collected Ralston. Hoists the ball high, and it's almost beautifully collected by Fukunaga. The lost forward is the call. So from a fairly hectic start, both teams now have calmed down a little bit. Filling out process though will continue until, well, someone starts scoring points. Up next, the Premier Women's Final, brought to you by KPMG. And then at 6:30 Hong Kong time, rugbypass.com, Grand Championship Final, Valley versus Kowloon, who after 40 years celebrating this year, Kowloon back in the Grand Championship Final. Heavy D from the Knights again managed to put the shush on a developing club attack. Ball bobbled round, eventually taken by Altea. They're not releasing the player. Creates a little bit of relief for the Valley Knights. And Altea's kick. Good touch finder. Tapped, and Ralston manages to evade the clutches of Rumble. Now Valley keep the targets close. Curry shoulders in, but he's met well by Melford. Slow, static ball for Valley. Altea goes wide. Molyneux picked up at a big hit. Manages to lay the ball back, but good strong counter rucking coming from the Dragons. Valley now. Ralston, short side play. Curry, ball in hand. You'll see a lot of that today. As Ralston picks up another runner and hook arm just under the chin. Advantage being played. Valley pick and go. They came straight with it. Ralston now releases. Altea along the ground. He's looking for runners. As the advantage is played out, and they come back for what will be a clear shot or a high shot. And one under the chin. The discipline or the accuracy is not ideal. So now the Valley Knights swing down into, could be a profitable position. Good tussle working out between these two forward packs, no doubt about that. Valley managed to scoop it back. Van Niekerk cleans up. Ralston finds Quinnivan. Former basketballer from New Zealand. Takes it centre field. Ralston. Coffin. Ralston back to the middle now. Finds Curry. Ralston moves again. Altea. They ship it wide, Valley. They ship it wide, Valley, and they go for the wide channel, and Valley take it in. Well, they've found the outside channel. The Valley Knights have exposed it, they've flooded it, and it's been worth 5 points. And only their second visit, really, to the Dragons' territory. They went down to the red zone and found them out as they got around the corner to them. And in the end, strong carries from the likes of Quinnivan and Curry. And then smart, snappy work in the distribution stakes by Ralston. And they were able to find them. They were able to find the line, Valley. 5-0 they lead. Well, 5-3 they lead. With the kick to come. That will help the Valley team settle any nerves that they may have had. This broadcast and commentary brought to you by the Doghouse on Lockhart Road in Wanchai. One of the finest rugby viewing environments in Hong Kong. It should be packed tonight for the Six Nations as the Kolkata Cup looms up. And, well, what about that one? Conversion hits the pole, and that horrible death knock that a lot of kickers around the world hate to hear. 5-3, the score remains. The Valley Knights now leading Club Dragons.
Except for the one with the white cross for Food and Beverage, Queensland Express and Coyotes open and selling now.
Good carry now. Turned over though by Quinnivan. A timely turnover indeed. Ralston does exactly what you'd expect your halfback to do, and he sends the Dragons back down into their half, and it's a net sum gain for Valley as they take the restart on the far side. Here's big thanks to Michelle and Walter from the Doghouse for all their support on the commentary in 2016-17. And we know that when you're coming in for the Sevens next month, we'll be looking to start your Sevens week with a couple of Swifties down at the Doghouse in Wanchai. So, mark was called and quickly played. Dragons hold the ball, flooding through the Knights. Good pressure from the red and black Valley Knights. Ultimately, it comes back to Dillon. He hoists it. Collected by Van Niekerk. Duffy takes it into contact. Small. Full back, and great ball from Curry. Singles out Komiti, and away they go through Beatty, and Valley slip a second one into them as they go wide again. And good confidence in the hands has led Valley to slice open the Dragon defence. And now the score, 10 points to 3, with the kick to come from out wide. Well, the Valley Knights, when you talk Knights and Dragons, generally it's a fairly even battle. But it's sensational ball from James Curry. Sent committee away, and committee found Beattie. Beattie didn't have to work too hard to find the line because it was right there in front of him, and there was no one standing near him. There's Altier. Lines up a conversion. This is a very handy position too. 2 points is fairly rudimentary as it is. And now that makes the score 12 points to 3. So the Texas club who started with a hiss and a roar will have to tighten up their act, the Dragons, as Dylan restarts with the drop spiral. We haven't seen one of those for a long time, if ever. Exit play from Valley finds Melford, Richie Melford, the tall but very mobile Premier Lock brings it back, and hard running Mitch Andrews met very strongly by Andrew Van Niekerk, and the Dragons managed to get the ball away. They'll be looking to maintain it in hand. This will be an advantage here for Wolf's side against number 1, Kieran Call. And they might even run past the advantage here, the Dragons. Take it through the A channel. Dragons set it up again, and Valley's defence has to tighten up around the ruck. They may have got some numbers out here as well. The Dragons, they light it up on the outside, the Club Dragons. Now they've got the Valley backed up and having a look at them. Into the short target, strong play from the Club Dragons. Pressure applied, the pressure applied, excuse me, as the time gets blown off. Well, they got it out wide. That was some super run down the far sideline from Hugo. Scamper as he got down there. As a penalty given to Club. They've opted for a scrum restart. The IB through the first quarter of the game now. And Valley Knights leading 12 over the Texas Dragons 3. If you've just joined us, welcome to this National League 1 Grand Final at Grand Championships Day here in Hong Kong. Fukunaga for the line. He's denied. Melford for the line. Can't quite get there, and he's just about the tallest man on the field, so close yet so far away, and they've got it up, and now they might try and rumble it over the Dragons. They go the heavy lifting, and they take the points. So return 5-pointer for the Club Dragons. And that moves them along to 12-point state with the kick to come.
A collective try there by the Hong Kong football Dragons forwards. 5 more points added on.
No, they'll revel in that. They've actually taken the big stick to the Valley Knights forward pack, and they've left them reeling there. And in the end, it was Melford was able to stand up and create a target, and they got around him, and then they just drove through the point and took the 5 points. They made it look easy. The Club Dragons They made it look very easy indeed. Conversion from a handy position. And it's through. And so, just like that, the Club Dragons back, trailing 12 points to 10.
Societe General Valley Knights 12, the Texas Hong Kong Football Club Dragons 10.
High restart, nice and shallow, very contestable. Well taken though in the end by Club. There might be a penalty though, and there is. Van Niekerk got himself on the wrong side of the arrangement. Cut off the ball and wasn't able to roll away. Yeah, look at the size of those shoulders. There's no surprise about rolling away there. Very difficult to do. Henjo Van Niekerk. Massive unit. But still, easy yards given away to this Dragons outfit. Mitch Andrews to feed the line out. Well taken. Through comes Van Niekerk pressuring and managed to move it on. In the end, a bit of a hack play from the Club Dragons. Simply transfers the play from one side to the other. And they won't be altogether happy about it. Valley now. Strongly, looks like it's lost forward on the contact, and it was. So, Football Club will get the opportunity to continue where they were only a couple of minutes ago. Time off is blown again, and great opportunity to reminding you that the Hong Kong Sevens in April next month you come to town. If you can still get them, you'll be looking for tickets to the Football Club 10s, and from Fukuoka on the pressure. Valley keen just to keep their shape. Van Niekerk in the action again with Quinnivan. They're moving it though, the Dragons, and they still got it inside the 22 now. They're starting to spread that Valley defence. Big strong run. Lost forward though when it hit the ground. No, wasn't called. Dragons back in the zone. Melford tries an inside line. Fukunaga looks, sees Chapman. 3 metres out from the line now. Short side play, must be inside the metre. Short range effort, Melford tries again. Valley defence holds up, on the line Valley defence. Absolutely desperate. Now they break, Dillon tries an inside line himself. Dillon for the line. Looks like that'll be held up. The Club Dragons, and they're being soaked up by the Valley Knights, but it mustn't be pleasant. It's a stern examination of the red and black defence. There's no doubt about that, but they're up to it this time. And cut down. Held up over the line, but Valley by no means out of the forest yet, as they get ready to cop it on the head one more time from this Club Dragons outfit. 5 out from the line. Almost midfield. Fukunaga feeds the scrum. Good strong platform by Club. Now they break. Good strong hit by Curry. Curry fighting with the player. Scrum restart being blown up by referee Copeland. $12-10. Each one of the finals over the last 3 years has been pretty epic, to be honest, at this level. National League 1. They take no prisoners in this grade. Ralston chirping away. Fukunaga. Melford off the back. Beats Curry. Beats two of them. Takes on three of them. Goes for the line. He's brought down only inches short of the line. It's a great run from Melford. Awesome carry from Melford. They swing round. They knock Jacob Rumble back by the look of it. LT. Thunders his way through and takes the ball, but it's first infringement. Goes the way of Valley, and the advantage comes to Valley. Makes way for an unnamed replacement player. We'll endeavour to find that name out, particularly if he scores a try. We'll probably get told it. So off the back of the Valley pack comes number 32. Vartane, strong run. Here they go wide. Dylan, Komiti. Takes it back to the heavy traffic. Ralston. Finds that knee Kirk. Molyneux tries to dip on the inside. Can't quite make it. They've been champions of this grade now for at least 2 seasons. Playing against the familiar and famous colours of the blue and white hoops. Excuse me, it's Dylan. Up by Beattie. He's got Duffy on the outside. He uses him. The far channel they run. Well fielded by the Dragons. They're certainly on the front foot. Penalties being blown up and not getting out of the action quick enough is the call. Against the far winger. Lining out for Valley, or an attacking scrum for the Dragons. And now they found themselves in a situation where they could end it. Andrews picks it up. He nudges it forward a few more metres. Fukunaga. The ball is loose and lost foot. My apologies, that earlier kick by Valley was just getting. Valley Knights leading the Club Dragons 12 points to 10 in this first broadcast National League Grand Final for Grand Championships 2016-17. Looks to be a fascinating clash between these two teams as they get ready to go to the half-time break. And a reminder, up next will be the Premier Women's Grand Final for 2016-17, featuring the Valley Ladies Black side taking on the Gaiwu Falcons. It's a repeat of the last 2 Grand Finals. This year, the Women's Premiership brought to you by KPMG.
Rhino,
A fascinating game.
Sacred Hill, and Wattbike.
Valley Black Ladies dominating women's rugby in Hong Kong for quite a long period of time, but Gai Wu has been one of the teams to, well, the only club to really close the gap on the Valley women. And so people are waiting with great expectations for this Valley side, and certainly the Gai Wu team, who may just pip Valley and lift the championship, which would be, well, you would think well received right across the Hong Kong community. Still, here we are at Kings Park, and you'll picture now the Valley Knights from the National League One team as we pull out and see the crowd starting to thicken up on the far side now. And when we return, it will be second half action. National League One Grand Final here, Grand Championships Day at Kings Park in Hong Kong. need some towels, mate. Let me know. Back live now, National League Final number 1, or National League 1 Grand Final on the first broadcast of today, brought to you by Kings Park, Kowloon Peninsula, Hong Kong. This is the Grand Championships for domestic rugby in Hong Kong. The red and black Valley Knights leading the Natixis Club Dragons in the first of our live broadcast finals. These two have been knocking the stuffing out of each other for the first 40, and the second 40 gets blown underway by Tanawit referee Steve Copeman. This is Jed Thine bringing you the commentary courtesy of the Doghouse in Wan Chai. Good run from Valley. Ralston, Komiti ducks under the first one. They're there to clean him up though. Ralston already playing a big part in today's game. Quinnivan, he takes a couple of strides over the half. And certainly when Valley play the ruck and run rugby, they're looking pretty good when they stand still and they create targets for that big forward pack from the Dragons to hit. Well, that's when the Dragons really do their damage. Ralston, Altier bleeds the corner and he gets a good bounce for it as well. So from deep in the pocket, the Dragons have got to come out. Taking Duffy. Duffy takes on two and does well. He gets the ground well, presents it beautifully. Now Ralston. Ralston again. Educated right foot. It's picked off though on the fly. And the Dragons drill it out. Good early exchange from both sides. Valley have made a couple of changes at the half as Leif Johansson, or if it's said, I guess, in the New Zealand way, Leif Johnson. He's international, however. We'll keep it at Johansson. Altier goes wide, and it's Vartanay gets tackled hard, loses the ball backwards. The referee gives the advantage in the end to the Club Dragons, being offside. And so the Dragons will have eyes for the corner only, I suspect. They certainly do. Knock it down into Valley Town for a line out on the far 22. Good match up at the front, Melfort and Quinnivan. Down the back they go, and it's picked up by Reed Wilson. Quinnivan on the run now. He lays it back. Ralston draws in the first runner. Vartanay, the number 8. Ralston back on hand again. Curry spins out and goes through. He loses it forward. Hugo Choi in the end gets run over, but he gets the ball back, and it's Dragon ball. And the first infringement is the lost forward by Curry. He'll be dirty on that because he managed to spin out of the way of the tackler. If he'd managed to keep the ball in hand, it could be a much different picture now. So Club attacking, and with attacking ball. Holloway finds Poon. They go wide, deep and into the corner, and Duffy ushers it over the line. And a little bit of wind has kicked up into the Kings Park plateau. So the corners, Mitch Andrews now, ball in hand. Mitch Andrews for the line, and Mitch Andrews opens the scoring for the Dragons. It's robust, mobile, very explosive runner. He's torn defences open all year at the Premier grade. And Mitchy Andrews, well, none will look more surprised than he did when the ball fell into his hands. But at that point, the head went back, the eyes opened up, and the nostrils certainly flared. Mitchy Andrews trots one in from 15 out. As we're serviced beautifully here by our lovely assistant. Go and have a seat, you'll need a rest after that. Oh, great try for the club Dragons through Mitch Andrews, and this is a kickable position. There's certainly some atmosphere building around this game as the conversion adds another 2, and now club out to a 17-12 lead. As Valley comes back to restart, and tremendous work at the line out. They've managed to get down and score some points. They did it the easy way, the Dragons, rather than have to bash it up using blunt force trauma. Dragons have got themselves into the lead at 17 points to 12. Exit play collected by Duffy. Duffy tackled hard. Ball makes its way back to Ralston. Ralston gets a ricochet. Hansen opting to stay clear of it. Deflection. Comes back, and 24 club is Henry Poon. This ball marked by Beattie. Beattie's kick not out, up and over halfway, and now club Dragons running a mark, and the Dragons go for the line again, and the Dragons make it again. 22 points to 12, and a rampant Dragon outfit flooded the outside channel, and they rammed it down the throats of the Knights.
Another try, the Hong Kong Football Club.
With the kick to come, 22 points to 12.
Conversions to the count.
Well, now the Valley Knights, they'll have to dig deep into the pocket now. This will be character building stuff. 22-12, 30 minutes left to play. The game's certainly not over. The tails are up for the Dragons as they flash one in from, well, basically out wide. Thundered down the far side of the track and really went over unopposed. Conversion attempt. Strong off the foot, but 22 points to 12. It's now a 10-point lead to the Natixis Club Dragons. Society General Valley Knights to restart. Paul Altier restarts for Valley. Club looking fairly settled now with a 10-point buffer. Collected by Vartane. Committee gets hit, takes the ground. There's Paddy Cook. She was drawing him in from the angle. And just the little pressure points that club are able to generate. Turning over results, and Melfort climbs high as the Dragons now size it up and they decide to try the nudge, and the nudge goes good, so they go a little bit further with it. Now they've got the ball back and they step it up towards and over the 22, and ultimately brought down by Reid Wilson. Advantage being played to club. Choi tries to float along and join the action, but they'll be brought back for what will be a very kickable penalty if they choose to take it. They don't want to take it. They want to find the line. They find the line. And the Dragons really start putting it amongst the Knights now. As an innocuous penalty from James Curry. Turned into a line out. And Richie Melford brought down, and the Dragons drove them deep into their own territory, the Knights.
27-12, Football Club in the lead.
And in the end, the ensuing penalty from the drive, Wilson opting to try and collapse them all, deciding it might be better to take the hit for the team. And it had been a little bit closer, they might have copped a card for it as well, but Wilson's decision has resulted in a 5-pointer anyway. And now the kick to come for the conversion. 27-12 becomes nothing. It stays that way, so locked up. 27-12, Will Miller's kick. Not on target. Altier steps up again, 27 points to 12. Valley now 15 points adrift. And away they come again. Poon onto his right foot. Vartane picks up the loose ball. He's manages to get the ball loose away, but lost forward as the first call. And it will be Dragons' ball, so it's one of those situations in rugby union when it's not going your way. It's certainly not going your way. National League One Grand Final here on Grand Championship Day in Hong Kong, live and direct around the world on rugbypass.com and the Hong Kong Rugby Union's YouTube channel. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome along to these live pitches as Anna Ralston seems to just be trying to walk off a bit of cramp, a bit of a niggle. Some changes being made. Andrew Bridle comes into the game. Number 32. Number 8, Paul Vartane. Vartane. Solid looking scrum from both sides. Poon goes wide. He's trying them on the outside. Joy, well taken by Duffy. Great work by the young Valley fullback. And they go again. Poon finds Melfort. Melfort drops the inside shoulder, finds his way back in towards the forwards. Good recycled ball though. However, Valley defence, the tackle line is good and it's fast. And now is a wee dart from the club halfback Holloway. Dragons assemble, loose ball. Might have been lost and it was knocked forward. So Valley get themselves off the hook. And for the first time we're going to see a little bit of ball in hand. So they desperately want to do coming into the final quarter of the match. 27-12. Stunning second half. Well, the Dragons, 3 tries. Cascade of points started by Mitchie Andrews scoring one off the back of a line out. And then 2 more quick tries in succession. All of a sudden, Valley's 2-point lead at half time has turned into a 15-point deficit. Adam Ralston manages to nudge the ball down, and a fine kick by the halfback has created an attacking opportunity for the Valley Knights. Next final brought to you by KPMG, proud supporters of the Hong Kong Women's Rugby Premiership in 2016-17, a fantastic deal for women's rugby in Hong Kong to have one of the prestigious names like KPMG involved. And the bounce pass from committee, it's too hard to handle though for Duffy, and opportunity gone wanting for Valley. Committee just trying a little bit too hard. So, scrum restart. Dragons. We wanted to try and about closing it down. Available. Ralston, referee. Goes wanting for Coffin, up and over and under the 22. They'll want to blow that. Ralston looks wide, finds Quinnivan, the big HQ. Molyneux takes on a couple, tries to swing it away. Tap ball Ralston, he's got them on the back foot. It's a try. It's a try from Beattie. As they look to try and push the tempo, Valley, and that could be the key to things. That could be the tactic, depending on how hard they hit out of the bench. The Dragons could find themselves grasping at shadows as Valley managed to get one across the line. 27-17 with the kick to come.
Valley hitting back, making it 27-17. Conversion still to come.
From the Tears kick. It's through the uprights, 27-19.
27-19. Dragons still in the lead.
And are we about to witness one of the classic National League One finals? They're usually pretty tight. They're always very physical. Well, we see some drama unfold as this restarts. starting to drift into and ball sailing away into touch, almost bounced into the food kiosk. And if they'd hit the pie warmer, well, there would have been an uproar. Quite possibly may have even been a riot. There'd certainly be one unhappy commentator, I can tell you that much. Restart on the halfway. Ralston feeds the ball. It's all about makes a good tackle. Advantage being played. And Bridle not able to get himself out of the action fast enough. And the penalty goes the way of the Dragons. Henry Poon slots it into touch. And one team, you can sense, wants to play this game pretty smartly, and rightly so. The Dragons, who are leading, do their best to slow it all down as Chandries comes around, cleans up, thunders back into the action, and the other ball's there. Halloway, Poon goes wide, chipped down and into the corner if they can make it happen. It's collected by Duffy. Duffy from the right foot down the far touchline. Reasonable exit for Valley. Still, this battle in the midfield continues. It's pinning them down a long way from the line. Working well at the moment. Chandries chews up another 15 seconds, which is smart, experienced play, and they come through and they take it well. Ripped away though by Valley, and Ralston looks to go wide. Altair shows it and goes. Altair, Paul Altair gets on the gas. He's finding open space. Looking for support now. Altair brought down 20 feet, 23 metres away from the line. Henjo Van Niekerk slams himself into the action. Ralston, short side play. Bridle takes on two. Looking for first receivers. Curry picks it up. It's cleaned up now. Ralston. Altair. Bridle. As well to keep his feet, keep the ball. Ralston looking for running options. Finds Big Frank. Wetahiko. Bounce pass. They go wide. Beatty. Ralston looking for the right end of the equation. 12 to 15 minutes remaining in the game. And the heart rates are going to start lifting here, sure enough. 27 points to 19. National League 1 Grand Final. And it's proven to be another beauty. Andrews lobs one in. Taken by Valley. Now they're putting the heat on. Molyneux threads back in. Finds Johansson to ground. Ralston. Curry, Van Niekerk. Ball knocked backwards is the call. Curry has it. Ball square on the ground. Altair, they go wide. Johansson finds Big Cole. Kieran Cole takes it. Ralston. Van Niekerk again. He's brought down. He takes two men. Short side play. Coffin. Just can't quite find the runner to penetrate at the moment. Still, good continuity by Valley. Curry, half shoulder through. They clean over the top of that. They wheel back club another metre or two. Ralston. They go again. Now they go straight through. Now Valley looking to take the short route if they can get there. They just hit hard through Frank Wetahiko. Up again. Curry brings it down. Jamie McGregor looks to get out of there. Coffin, the wraparound. penalty. They bring it back. Van Niekerk takes it and he drives hard at the line, and big Henjo Van Niekerk, he can't quite find it. Kieran Cole goes for the line, and there's appeals to the referee. He can't see it. It's not there as far as he's concerned. Reed Wilson standing off the back. Hiko picks and goes. They drive big Frank over, and Frank the Tank delivers a 5-pointer in a kickable position, and all of a sudden it's game on again. Inside the final 10 minutes, we've got a 1-point lead. If this kick goes over, there's Altea. Gets ready to knock over what should be a fairly rudimentary kick. And it's through. 27 points to 26. This could be a magnificent finish to this National League One final. Will the Valley Knights run down the Club Dragons in the final 10 minutes of the game? We'll see. Restart. No mistakes. There can be no errors now. Van Niekerk on his shoulder is Hiko. They keep that nice and solid. Partial charge down from Ralston's kick. Komiti gets it. Gritty player at number 12. Kieran Cole. Unlikely ball carrying front row, but he seems to put himself in the position more often than not. Altea's kick, it's sent downtown and done what he can to keep. As a result, probably has a higher rate of errors than most players. It's the risk you take when you get yourself involved as much as you do when you're James Curry. So scrum, the weight comes. Kick, and he follows well. And the drive on again, and ball, and they tension is absolutely Valley scrum. Altea, the chip over the top. That's a gutsy play by Valley. Straight into the hands of the Dragons fullback. And a line out restart. So well covered off defensively by the club. Call for 4 minutes 30 remaining in the game is made. Johansson takes the ball well. And Valley Komiti moves it on. Jump. Back to Oliver Duffy. Duffy's run. It's been impressive, the young man, but they might have turned this over. In fact, they have turned it over. Not releasing was the call. Be a hold up here as well as club single out the sticks. Right to the death. Jack Neville trotted one in from 80 metres out. Kowloon took the most breathtaking of last, officially up club. So what an amazing performance. That was a pressure turnover. Now the Dragons with the ball. What a finish. Poon tries to drill it deep. Collected, and Newkirk unloads. Duffy been impressive from fullback all day. Valley though, looks on the inside. Ultimately to be denied. The Valley Knights came rolling back. Richie Melford. Premiership final for 2016-17 at Grand Championships Day here from Kings Park.